There is a version of you that you have not yet seen, a stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more impactful version of you. Life is not about competing with another person. It is about discovering how far you can go when you yield yourself to growth, to transformation, and to destiny. Many live their entire lives trapped in the shadows of weakness, weakness of the mind, weakness of character, weakness of discipline, weakness of purpose. And yet, within every man and woman lies an untapped reservoir of strength. The question is not, can you be strong? The question is, are you willing to pay the price to become strong? Strength is not built in comfort. Diamonds are not formed in silence. They are forged in pressure and heat. If you desire to become the strongest version of yourself, you must embrace the training of life. There are seasons where you will feel as though the weight is too much to carry, but it is in those moments that capacity is being built. Never curse the process that is making you stronger. The strongest version of you is not merely a physical man or woman with muscles and energy. It is a version of you whose mind has been renewed, whose heart has been purified, whose discipline has been sharpened, whose focus cannot be broken. It is the version of you that does not bow to fear, does not surrender to excuses, does not waste time with distractions. Hear me, weakness is costly. Weakness in decision-making can destroy your future. Weakness in discipline can rob you of destiny. Weakness in vision can keep you stagnant while others rise. But strength, strength of mind, strength of character, strength of focus makes you unshakable. The strongest version of yourself is hidden in responsibility. Take responsibility for your growth. Take responsibility for your mindset. Take responsibility for your habits. Take responsibility for your time. If you do not discipline yourself, life will discipline you. You must contend for knowledge because ignorance is weakness. You must contend for wisdom because foolishness is weakness. You must contend for courage because fear is weakness. And you must contend for consistency because inconsistency is weakness. Every day when you wake up, ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today that will make me stronger than I was yesterday? If you read a page of a book, you have strengthened your mind. If you resist a temptation, you have strengthened your character. If you keep your focus in a world of noise, you have strengthened your destiny. Do not compare your journey with another man's. The competition is not with your neighbor. The competition is with your yesterday. Strive to ensure that the version of you tomorrow is stronger than the version of you today. That is true success. When life places its weight on you, let it find you prepared. When opportunities come knocking, let them find you ready. When challenges arise, let them find you strong. For the world does not celebrate the weak, it celebrates those who rise above their limitations and shine as proof that strength is possible. And so I charge you today, refuse to remain small, refuse to remain weak. Refuse to remain average. Step into the discipline, the wisdom, the focus, and the courage required to become the strongest version of yourself, because the world is waiting for that version of you. Strength is not built in comfort. Every challenge is training you to become the strongest version of yourself. It is a truth that life itself constantly testifies to. Growth never happens in the place of ease, because comfort is the enemy of progress. The seed does not become a tree while lying on the surface. It must first be buried, hidden, pressed by soil, and watered through conditions it did not choose. Only then does it rise into greatness. Likewise, every individual who desires to rise into the fullness of their potential must understand that comfort zones are cages, beautiful enough to deceive but small enough to restrict. Comfort maintains you where you are, but pressure propels you to where you ought to be. It is the furnace of trials that builds endurance. It is the weight of responsibility that builds capacity. It is the presence of opposition that builds determination. Life was designed to shape men and women by challenges, not to destroy them, but to awaken the hidden strength within them. When you avoid challenges, you avoid the opportunity to grow. When you curse the process, you resist the very tool designed to sharpen you. The strongest version of you is not revealed when everything is easy, when the path is smooth, or when applause surrounds you. It is revealed when you face resistance, when the winds are against you, when you have every reason to quit but you choose to endure. Just as muscles are developed by resistance in the gym, The inner man is developed by resistance in life. The heavier the weight you carry, the stronger you become if you do not give up. Every challenge is training, though most people misinterpret it as punishment. What looks like delay is often preparation. What looks like rejection is redirection. What looks like loss is the pruning that makes room for fruitfulness. When you begin to interpret challenges correctly, you no longer despise them, you discern them. You realize that challenges are life's classroom, and every difficulty is a teacher giving you a lesson in resilience, wisdom, patience, or faith. Many desire the crown but despise the cross. Yet every story of true greatness passes through seasons of fire. Gold is not valuable because it avoids the furnace, but because it survives it. There is a version of you that cannot emerge until you have gone through storms. Storms teach you balance. Storms teach you focus. Storms teach you humility. Storms teach you reliance on what truly matters. Without them, you remain fragile. It is dangerous to reach platforms of influence without first being tested by challenges, for it is challenges that build the strength to sustain what you receive. Ease may take you up for a while, but only strength can keep you there. Strength that has been refined through challenges ensures that when opportunities come, you are not broken by the very weight of success you prayed for. When you embrace challenges, you also embrace growth. The mind becomes sharper because you are forced to think differently. The heart becomes stronger because you are required to endure longer. The character becomes deeper because you must choose integrity even when compromise seems easier. The vision becomes clearer because storms remove the distractions and make you focus only on what truly matters. Without challenges, there is no true transformation. Without pressure, there is no unveiling of hidden potential. Every champion you admire today was once a person who chose not to run from challenges, but to let them shape him or her into a vessel of strength. Consider how a river carves valleys and shapes rocks not by ease, but by persistent pressure. Likewise, life will carve you into the strongest version of yourself when you stay under the training of challenges instead of abandoning the process. The victories of tomorrow are forged in the struggles of today. When you lift a heavy burden today, tomorrow you discover that what once seemed impossible now feels light. Challenges train you to carry more, to endure more, to believe more, to dream more. It is important to understand that strength built through challenges is not only for yourself. Others will draw from your resilience. Others will find hope in your story. Others will rise because you endured. Your ability to stand in the midst of pressure becomes an example to those who feel they cannot make it. Your strength becomes their inspiration. Your endurance becomes their encouragement. Your victory becomes their proof that it can be done. So do not run from challenges, for each one is secretly working for your good. Do not waste the pain, for it is shaping something in you. Do not despise the process, for it is bigger than you think. Every tear waters a seed of endurance. Every disappointment is chiseling away weakness. Every battle is unlocking new dimensions of strength. What you call struggle today will become the story of triumph tomorrow. What you call pain today will become the testimony of power tomorrow. What you call delay today will become the evidence of maturity tomorrow. Your greatest competition is not others. It is the weaker version of you from yesterday. This is the truth that liberates you from envy, jealousy, and the endless pursuit of trying to measure your worth against someone else's progress. Life was never designed to be a race where you must overtake another man's destiny. Each person carries a unique path, a unique assignment, a unique rhythm of growth. To compare yourself with another is to misunderstand the wisdom of life's design. The real battle has always been within. The only worthy competitor of your destiny is the person you were yesterday, the habits you carried yesterday, the mindset you allowed yesterday, the excuses you embraced yesterday, and the mediocrity you tolerated yesterday. Every new sunrise is a silent invitation to become better than you were the day before. Yesterday may have been full of failures, but today is a chance to rise stronger. Yesterday may have been wasted in distractions, but today gives you the opportunity to redeem time. Yesterday may have been filled with fear, but today is another chance to choose courage. If every day you wake up and commit yourself to being a little wiser, a little stronger, a little more disciplined, a little more focused, then over the months and years you will look back and realize that you have become unrecognizable, transformed into a stronger version of yourself. The danger of competing with others is that it blinds you to your own process. When your eyes are always on another person's journey, you miss the lessons in your own. Envy makes you despise your progress. Impatience makes you abandon your training. Comparison makes you undervalue your uniqueness. But when you understand that your fight is not with others, you begin to honor your process. You begin to ask, what habit did I conquer today that conquered me yesterday? What knowledge did I gain today that I lacked yesterday? What discipline did I master today that I failed at yesterday? This inner competition creates true transformation. The weaker version of you is not just a memory of your past, it is a shadow that follows you daily. It whispers to you to stay in bed when discipline says rise. It tells you to quit when perseverance says continue. It offers you comfort when destiny requires sacrifice. To become the strongest version of yourself, you must win daily battles against that weaker self. The war is often silent, but it is real. Every time you choose growth over stagnation, focus over distraction, discipline over indulgence, you are defeating that weaker version and giving birth to a stronger one. This kind of growth requires honesty. You must be willing to look at yourself without excuses. What are the weaknesses of yesterday that you still carry today? What are the patterns that keep you small? What are the attitudes that sabotage your progress? The person who lies to himself cannot truly grow because he is busy pretending to be stronger while the weaker self continues to dominate. Growth begins with acknowledging that there is a better version of you waiting, and the only obstacle is the comfort of who you are now. Every day presents opportunities for this silent competition. If yesterday you gave up at the first sign of difficulty, today prove to yourself that you can endure longer. If yesterday you wasted hours on distractions, today take control of your time. If yesterday you doubted yourself, today speak words of faith and confidence. Small victories over yesterday's weakness accumulate into undeniable transformation. Consistency is the secret. No one becomes strong in a single day, but daily victories produce unstoppable momentum. The weaker version of you thrives on excuses. It tells you that you are tired, that you will try tomorrow, that success is for others but not for you. But every excuse you accept strengthens the weaker self. Every discipline you practice weakens it. Which version of you will you feed? The stronger version is fed by discipline, learning, sacrifice, and courage. The weaker version is fed by procrastination, fear, laziness, and comparison. What you feed grows, what you starve dies. When you measure yourself against others, you may feel superior one day and inferior the next, because there will always be someone ahead of you and someone behind you. But when you measure yourself against your own past, you experience true progress. The joy of looking back at who you used to be and realizing you have grown wiser, calmer, stronger, more disciplined, more focused is a joy that comparison can never give. That is the reward of competing with yourself. Even in moments where progress seems invisible, do not despise the process. Growth is sometimes slow, but as long as you are advancing beyond yesterday, you are winning. A tree does not grow tall overnight, but each day it stretches higher toward the sky. In the same way, each small effort to improve adds up until suddenly the weaker version is far behind, and a new you has emerged. Your destiny does not require you to be faster than your neighbor. It requires you to be faithful to your own growth. The journey is not about becoming better than another person, but becoming better than you used to be. If you live by this principle, peace will fill your heart, focus will fill your mind, and progress will follow your life. For the only true competition worth fighting is the one against the weaker version of you from yesterday.